I got so many people in this group? Oh, okay, we have late people. Aha. Okay, so let's go back to the plain Jane stuff here. Okay? Don't you dare.
Oh, you're not on.
You're Facebooked already.
You're all over them.
Live feed. I'm just kidding. No, no, I won't. No, no, I won't. I promise.
Okay, so these are kind of basic plain Jane settings here, okay? IPAP of 10, EPAP of 5. What's the driving pressure now? What's driving in the tidal volume?
The iPad.
But how much?
10.
10, no?
5.
5, right? It's the difference between your inspiratory and your expiratory. Look at your pressure curve, right? The blue line right there, that's your EPAP. And the yellow line is your inspiratory, or IPAP, okay? So the difference between that point and that point is the pressure driving the tidal volume into the lung. Now he's plastic and he's not going to cooperate too much. Obviously that's not a properly anatomic tidal volume for an adult, but I ain't going to go crazy worrying about it, okay? Down here we have our eye time, which is 1 second. What is a normal anatomic eye time?
About 2.
Inspiratory time, it's 1.
Look, I want you to look at one of those people over there and tell me how long they take to inspire.
1 second.
About 1 second. So that's a good eye time. And you could change that. So how do you change it? Touch it. Let's make it 0.9. Go down to 0.9, hit accept. Now you have an eye time of 0.9. Rise time is basically the slope of how fast the pressure builds. Now, if you want to go real fast, let's say we make the rise time 1%. Look at our pressure curve now. How did it change? Took longer. So it went faster, right? Shorter. But what do you see on our pressure curve that doesn't look good?
That little bump.
That little point, right? The patient's kind of getting too fast, right? And because it's going in too fast, it's causing a little pressure curve there. If I see that, I'm going, I don't like my rise time. So I hit it. I'll go all the way to 5, right? That's as far as I can go. 5%. All right? And there it is at 5. Oh, that's better. Wait a minute. What do you see now?
There's a slope.
You see the curve? You see the sloping? It's kind of taking the whole time to get to the pressure, right? We really don't get to our pressure until the end of inspiration. So our patient's kind of waiting for that breath, right? Is that good? No. We want something that looks normal. So I usually say about 2 to 4 works on most patients. And luckily today it works on my plastic man. Now look at the...
So what
it rises. Huh?
I'm sorry, what did you change? The
rise. And the rise changes my pressure curve. What's it look like? Okay? Too fast, you get that snap, right? That pressure snap. Too slow, it takes too long. Somewhere in between, you want the pressure to go up in a reasonable amount of time without a pressure snap, but hold that pressure.
So is 3 like the standard rise setting?
Well, standard, we don't want a standard, right? We want to know what our patient likes, okay? Now, we got some guy in here that's huffing and puffing. He needs that. 1 might work, because that guy is really sucking the thing, like sucking it dry, right?
So as long as we see that nice...
We want to see a nice curve. So we're visualizing our graphics to adjust our ventilator to make our patient happy. IPAP, we're kind of setting our ventilation, but definitely paying attention to our EPAP. Rate is rate, right? Rate is rate. Eye time, we want to get that close to anatomic. We want to make sure our patient is comfortable. Rise, we just talked about. FiO2 is FiO2. In here, this thing's squealing like a dog, so I'm not going to use anything above 21. There's a compressor built into it. It can generate 21. If I, obviously, you'll be hard hard task to find a patient on 21 in a real hospital. They'll be on higher FiO2s, because one reason they'll buy one of these machines or get one of these machines is hypoxemia. So that's just C&M Lab, right? How are you going to adjust that? What's going to make you want to change that in the real world?
The FiO2.
Yeah.
If they need more oxygen.
Saturation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're going to be watching their SAT. But the SAT, does the SAT tell the whole story?
No.
So what else do we have here? Okay, let's look at the patient. This is patient parameters. Okay? Leak is okay. Anything under 50 is probably okay, but definitely you want to make sure your patient is tolerating. Tidal volume, forget about tidal volume. Yeah.
You said leak under 50?
Under 50.
Okay.
Because that's just way higher than what you see.
Yeah.
As far as clinical.
But if the patient's tolerating, it's okay.
Okay.
All right. Rate is there. Now, if this patient can trigger the machine, this guy can't. He hasn't taken a breath in a long time. But if he was triggering the machine at a rate set at 10, and that read 20, what did that tell you? How many triggers did he give? 10. Excellent. Right? Machine gave 10. 10 plus 10 equals 20. So it tells me that he's also. And when is he going to breathe? You see that nice long expiratory phase? He's going to use that to take his own breaths.
So, Charles, quick question. You're saying this guy obviously can't breathe, so that's why the rate isn't matching, because he's not giving us anything.
Right, but you might have a patient that might be also might be wanting to take more breaths, and that's no problem. There's patient triggering, okay. There's and time. You need effort and time to take a breath, and the time. If these were all close together, let's say I made the rate.
Increase the respiratory rate.
Yeah, I'll get it way up there. Okay. Now look how close. Here we go.
Wow. Yeah.
Look how close together my pressure curves are.
And that's what he's technically giving us back, right?
Yeah. He's gonna catch. His thing's gonna catch up with that.
Wow.
Okay. What does he not have time to do now? Breathe on his own. Okay.
We're giving most of it.
We're giving him a lot of breaths. Now, what's going to make us want to give him more breaths or less breaths?
Blow off CO2.
Blow off CO2, and we're going to get that information. ABG. Okay, so the ABG is such an important issue. Now, I might not know the ABG. What's going to be a good indicator of what may his CO2 be?
His demeanor, I guess.
His demeanor?
He's
hypoventilating.
Oh, yeah.
What there? What is CO2 related to? Its
Hyperventilation.
Which?
Ventilation.
What kind of ventilation?
Hyperventilation.
But pick a point to it. Point to ventilation that's going to affect CO2.
Is tidal volume?
No. Well, that's one breath.
Respiratory rate.
Respiratory rate.
Yeah.
That's. Yeah. Don't say no. You got it right. Say yes. All right.
So
minute volume, right?
Will tell you.
What's one of the most important things that goes on? Right. As minute volume goes up, blank goes down. Fill in the blank. CO2. As minute volume goes down, blank goes up. CO2. What's a normal minute volume for a normal person?
7.
5 to 7. Excellent. Okay, 5 to 7. So now, what I want you guys to start thinking about is all the assessment stuff we talked about, especially anything that might have a number. Okay, minute volume, ABG, AA gradient, dissociation curve, saturation.
Hint.
Okay, all that stuff is going to help you understand what your patient is doing. You're going to walk into a room, you got 5 minutes. Okay, in that 5 minutes, you got to assess your patient. So you got to start pointing to your tools, your academic tools, to see what's going on. Well, I don't ever want to put a guy on 27. Let's go back. Okay? So now we're going back, and let's keep. It always takes the machine about 30, it doesn't just jump, okay? It's going to take a little while, and that's going to trickle back down to 10 in about a half a minute, maybe a little less. Okay? We'll start with